organizing this conference and inviting me.
Së pari, mirëmëngjesi dhe ju falenderoj për ftesën që kam ardhur këtu dhe për organizimin të cilin e keni kryer.
So, friends, good morning, colleagues, good morning.
Miqtemi, kolegë, mirëmëngjesi të gjithëve.
Some of the things that I will say will be very much preaching to the already converted, but I will say them anyway, because I think they're worth repeating. And one of the things, of course, is that media, the free media, is a cornerstone of a democratic society. This is, of course, central for the checks and balances, but also as a source of information for the citizens. Without functioning and free media, we have a society of monologues, but not dialogue. However, there is a global trend where freedom of media and freedom of speech is under threat. We see a number of societies becoming less with it. If I look at my own society, Sweden has celebrated last year 250 years of a constitutionalized freedom of press. That's 250 years is a long time. But still, during those 250 years, we faced challenges in terms of freedom of the press. We still, from time to time, face challenges. Why am I saying this? Well, it's because freedom of media, freedom of the press, freedom of speech is not something that we just take for granted. It's something that whichever society we live in, it's something that we continuously will need to fight for. In Sweden, in Albania, globally. We're all in the same boat here. And we cannot take things for granted. This approach is why Sweden continues to support and will continue to support press freedom, continue and will continue to support courageous journalists, and this is done through support to organizations like civil rights defenders, Helsinkit Committee, the Balkan Investigative Regional Network. And this is why we do it, because we believe in freedom of the media and freedom of the press. We looking at, I think the topics that you will be discussing are very, very pertinent. Just 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, we had the Balkan Media Days, where I participated in some of the parts. And we saw that there are challenges in the region, there are challenges in Albania. Some of the issues have been raised in terms of the difficult labor conditions, which sometimes could affect the possibilities for journalists to do their work and lead to practicing self-censorship. On a positive note, I think the establishment of the Albanian Media Council, I hope, will be able to take on board some of these issues and address some of these issues. And these are some of but not only the Albanian Media Council. I think the organizations, the journalists, all of us who are gathered around the table, we see the issues. We will all need to address these issues, and not forgetting that the goal is a more open, a more democratic society. In Albania, just as in many other countries around the world, we see a changing media landscape with large amounts of information. This places a lot of demands on the citizens to be able to find proper information. But it also places demand on journalists, and they have an important responsibility here. Let me just end by saying that many of these things that I've said, of course, may be general and things that you already know, but sometimes let's not forget the general things that actually are at the heart of our work on a daily basis. The more open and democratic societies that we want to enjoy. Thank you very much, Rami.
Thank you, Ambassador. Shumë faleminderit për prezantimin tuaj që do të sjellë një kontekst më gjerë dhe perspektivë. Ju tha që Shqipëria ka 150 vjet traditën e lirisë shtypit, ne kemi 25, nga numri 0. Dhe përmendet diçka që shpesh media këtu e harron si rol, si mjet informim për qytetarët. Faktikisht kjo është ajo që shpande mbjesia që marrë për shikoni edicionet përmesore të trajneve. Shikoni lider dhe institucionet që ka përdohet, që shumë pikërisht qytetarët. Shumë e drejtë që ka ndryshuar gjithë konteksti i medias, global që rajonar, dhe Shqipëria nuk ka gjuhën që ka përballoj. Ndoshta me mekanizma të rinj ose duke ndihmuar gazetarinë cilësore mund ta vihet të ndërreti diçka siç e përmendëm dhe fshirjen e medias. Tani fjalën e ka ambasadorja e vendit në Shqipëri, ambasador David van der Hu. Fjala për ju.
Dear friends, it is that time of year again that governments present their yearly budgets in Parliament. And we have just done that in the Netherlands. And our Dutch Parliament asked for more money to be spent on the protection of journalists worldwide. The new Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Netherlands, Holland Elstra, approved it. Why? Because, Houston, we have a problem. Some fast facts that probably you all know. The sad news is that press freedom worldwide is at a record low this year. Only 1 in 7 citizens worldwide have access to free and independent media. Intimidation of media continues, and it leads to self-censoring and worse. It silences independent voices, and it attacks the respect for human rights in our democracies. We all know the qualification of Freedom House for Albania. It's considered partly free. And I regret to say that the situation in Albania is in fact not yet in accordance with EU standards. And I very much agree that in all our countries, freedom of the press is always something that will be discussed and that we will have to continue to fight for. But I regret that this spring here, a journalist was molested. I regret that intimidation of journalists happens often, a lot of shouting and scolding that is not conducive for a climate of respect and freedom to speak up. People feel threatened. I regret that business interests, media and politics seem unhealthily closely interlinked in this country. Despite the situation, there is also some good news, and I would like to share some ideas with you today. The good news is that in the past year, new voices could be heard here. I find Citizens Channel a new and interesting initiative, sharing not only bad news, but also talking about human interest stories. I think the good news is that Albania has clear ambitions to open negotiations with the European Union. And as a candidate member state, it has therefore committed itself to deliver on plurality of the media landscape and it has committed itself to create an environment for journalists to feel free to do their work properly. The Netherlands monitors Albania's progress in this regard, as do the other member states. And there is still ample room for improvement. Promoting freedom of media is and should be a fundamental principle of any democracy, as we all know. And so the Netherlands also tries to assist by supporting independent initiatives for more open data that can be used by journalists and by citizens, by supporting research into indicators that measure progress in the media, by providing trainings on investigative journalism. And please let me know today or tomorrow if you have any other ideas. Please find us and come to discuss your ideas on how to improve the media climate here. Because I think it's a very good idea today that we are looking in the mirror and see what we can all do together to strengthen the free press. And I would like to thank the Albanian Helsinki Committee and Civil Rights Defenders for organizing it, and AMA for hosting us today. I really think Albania needs more independent voices to speak up. I think its media institutions need to be more bold and play their role more independently. Citizen journalists can do more to work together on fact-finding, on blogging, on crowdfunding for journalism. I like the idea of constructive journalism, where journalists and citizens together also come up with policy ideas and work on that. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have noticed I'm wearing orange today. Why? Because the campaign to end violence against women is starting. Yes, it's that time of year again. And I see very many ladies here in the room, many very qualified journalists. And only last year, Danja Mijatovic, the former OSCE's excellent special representative on freedom of the media, asked special attention for female journalists, because the risk for them to get harassed, and not only with words, is always present. And therefore I would like to close with a quote by CNN's anchor woman, Christiane Amanpour. And she says, "I strongly believe that journalism is one of the noblest professions, because without an informed world and without an informed society, we are weak."
Shqiptarët ambasadore, shqiptarët nga kuptova që vënë pjesë Shqipëri, shqiptarët nga kuptova dhe tregtanshin e Bermudës, media, politik, biznes, ku zhytet interesi publik. Shumë faleminderit për hapjen që je hapur për të ndihmuar gazetarinë shqiptare në drejtimet e reja, në open data, në training për testërinë investigative dhe për idenë e gazetarisë konstruktive. Tani fjalën do e marrin nga kryet me punë i ambasadës britanike në Shqipëri, si në Melbourne. Jem nga vendi që ka institucione interesante si BBC-ja, kështu që për shkak të keq u tentuar të mbyllen në rajon dhe si model i një media dhe dëshiroj sukses.
Thank you very much. I'm here today really because media freedom and freedom of expression are important. They're important in Albania as everywhere else. So I'm honoured to have been invited by the Albanian Helsinkit Committee to speak at this conference today on an important topic that concerns us all. As my ambassadorial colleagues have said, this conversation around media freedom comes at a time when press freedom around the world is threatened. Attacks on journalists have increased, and some states are increasingly turning knowingly and sometimes unknowingly to restrictive measures that have the effect of controlling media output and content. The UK has a strong reputation as a champion of media freedom internationally, and we try to deliver real results through targeted initiatives. Earlier this month, the UK government committed to spending £1 million over the next financial year on projects that will enable journalists and media professionals to promote their own free press and uphold human rights. Funding will be available for press freedom projects in countries where media freedom is under significant pressure. We view media freedom as one of the vital foundations of a fully functioning democracy. The press plays a key role in ensuring accountability and the rule of law. A free media is vital to creating a vibrant, informed and engaged population that helps to support a safer and more prosperous world. Albania's population is able to make free and informed decisions about their lives and their country. This freedom is reflected in its media institutions. This can only be achieved through access to accurate, fair and unbiased opinion and a plurality of voices and information. The capabilities of the press derive from a legal environment that allows for a pluralistic media sector to thrive, and one that also protects free access to information. Access to uncensored information and a free press are essential for citizens to hold their governments to account. And this helps to ensure governments are effective and responsive, and that's crucial to long-term development. Albania has some excellent individual journalists, but a report from the respected NGO Freedom House for the year 2017, as I expect you will know, assessed Albania as having only a partially free press. In other words, not bad, but must do much better. All of us in this room have a shared interest in promoting media freedom in Albania. And together, we can work to ensure that future Freedom House reports and other independent assessments indicate that Albania has achieved and maintains a free press status. So thank you again for inviting me today.
Shumë faleminderit zoti Melbourne. Nëse do të kisha ndonjëherë një dëshirë të parë të ngritur në mur disa fjalë, do të ishin 4 fjalë që përmendet. Informacion i saktë, i ndershëm, i panshëm për këtë në Shqip dhe plural. Accurate, fair, unbiased, plurality of information. Nëse kjo do të ishte mantra e redaksive tona, sigurisht shumë gjëra do të ndryshonin për mirë. Shumë faleminderit edhe për ndihmën ndaj medias së lirë, megjithëse nuk kuptova është Shqipëria në gjendje që mund të aplikojë për këto fonde për forcuar institucionet e veta të medias së lirë.
We're certainly be supporting media projects here in Albania over the next few years.
Faleminderit. Pjesa e dytë do të jetë pak më e shkurtër në kuptimin e fjalës që do të flisni. 7 minuta. Në mënyrë që nga që ata gjëra shumë interesante kemi shumë kohë për të diskutuar sipas prioriteteve